Hello, Spoony Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest 1 for the Super Nintendo English fan patch retranslation, yada yada yada. It's episode 4. Hopefully you guys know the drill by now. We're doing it live, and you can just hold the shoulder button and basically it just taps A for you automatically. That's cool. The live chat's still around, helping, we'll say. Something like that, anyway. But yeah, so last episode we went to Remoldar, got the magic keys, got a couple levels up and some money and all that. You know, the same thing we usually do. But now that we have magic keys, we're kind of revisiting some of the early towns to get some more goodies. Yeah, the live stream chat is very, very helpful, as anyone who's ever been to a live stream knows. They always give you good, honest tips and strategies and never mislead you or redirect you into wasted time, make you want to kill yourself. It's not that bad. You guys, you know, it's all in good fun. Do I have enough money? This is, I believe, the only town at this point that sells the shield. I don't actually have enough money for it. I don't have enough money. Actually, I might very soon, though. So, this shop sells the larger shield. It's kind of like Zelda large shield. It's not the mirror shield, but it's large. We might be able to buy one, because there's some treasure up here. Is it your desire to venture into the grave of Garen? The sound of the silver harp can call monsters and send them rushing to you. Stop your journey now and leave this place. A long time ago, I traveled to the town of Domdora. I spent the most... Oh, I know what he's talking about. This is the destroyed town. I forget the name of it. It's also not in Dragon Quest Builders because it was destroyed too far back. It has a different name, I'm sure, in the NES version. But yeah, I know what he's talking about. Anyway, he went to this town that's totally not destroyed and went to rest at the inn with the old man. Wonder how he's doing. Where is the entrance to the grave of Garen? I'm not allowed to tell you. Look yourself. Thanks! Like, are these soldiers actually paid for by the king? Like, sorry, random visitor. I'm not actually allowed to tell you what you're asking. You just have to search for it. The best travel guide on the planet. Ah, thief! The world will be completely destroyed. You got a whole bunch of money. And a free copper sword. Well, by the time you have a magic key, a copper sword is not going to do you much good. And a torch! Oh. No, I don't really need a torch. It's fine. You can keep it. But, now that I have all that money, this actually worked out really well, because I have just enough money to get what I want to buy. Well, I have a little bit extra, but it was close. You can take my copper sword. And now I can get the second best shield in the game, which has 6 more defense. That's probably worth it. At this point, it would not have been worth grinding on ghosts when we first got to this town. But I think at this point, because, 6 defense is pretty good against, like, wolves and stuff. Okay, so with that said and done, we basically got a free shield out of all that. And we need to go explore to find the actual grave, because these guys won't help us. Also, I guess we'll talk to this old lady. Oh, you opened that door with a key. Well, it's about time. Here we go, take a key. This key is quite important. Did she just give me a magic key to replace the key that I used to get in? It didn't say you got a magic key, so I'm not sure, but... That's great. So, you remember they told us to push against the darkness? There you go. That's the secret. Return from the grave of Garen with your life, if you can. If you wish to die, then by all means, step forth. Ooh, he was a spooky ghost, guys! Spooktober's on! Alright, welcome to the grave of Garen. Another place with a maze that I probably am not going to remember terribly well. This is our first real dungeon, though. Because the other dungeon with the Tomb of Erdrick didn't really count. Yeah, the guards that just told you to talk to each other. Yeah, I do remember some of that. So it's like right and up. And then left to get some... I'm trying to remember the map. It's been a long time. You'll forgive me. I'm not going to fully explore these areas. I'm just going to try to zip to the actual treasures as quickly as I can, because I sort of remember the route. Although, they may have changed a few things for the remake, to be honest. I think I did not go far enough right. Yeah, because I think there's going to be staircase in the top left. But those 3 chests over there were the ones I was thinking of, and I think I have to loop around to the top right corner. Oh no, a Metro Ghost! Well, that's a new name. They were poltergeists before, I believe. And just some enemies that you could only ever fight in underground caves, basically. One of these paths north is what I'm looking for. I just don't know which one. A Drakima! I don't remember if they're actually more or less dangerous than Magidrakes. Maybe slightly more dangerous. But I doubt it's much. Alright, here's the first treasure room. Glad I bought that sword before I came down here, because I can save a lot of MP not having to cast Fireball on Drolls. You found a nut! And some more money. And a magic key, why not? Luckily, this is not Dragon Quest II, where you have to fall through the floor to get to secret legendary weapons. Anyone who played Dragon Quest II on the NES, you know what I'm talking about. Good luck getting that Thunder Sword, or Lightning Sword, whatever they call it. Just a shout out to my Dragon Quest II homies. Which is probably the hardest JRPG on the NES, or very much nearly so. Alright, all that armor and equipment we've got. Looks like we came to this dungeon at about the right time, where we can handle a long fight, a long exploration without having to use a lot of magic. Alright, so now I guess I'll explore the southern section of the top floor, but I have a feeling it's a dead end, and I think I need to go to the top left, but maybe I'm backwards. Maybe it's the bottom right. There should be a door at some point that you open up, and then that leads to a staircase. And this might be it, actually. You gotta believe me, I haven't actually played Dragon Quest I in probably over a decade. So if I'm remembering these mazes at all, that's kind of a success for me. Now, the Radiant spell typically diminishes over time. So eventually it will be smaller and we'll have to recast it. Although it may be different in the remake. Again, I don't know. So if I remember correctly, you don't take the staircase right beside that one. You go kind of around a bit of a loop first. But it is a maze, so... It's not like I have to have every NES RPG map memorized. I have to have... I thought that was the rule for Let's Players, is you have to have every game fully mapped out all the time if you're going to talk about it on YouTube. Or else the comments just tear you apart. Hey, at least it's not like, what was the game? Undead Knight. Oh, these guys might be dangerous, actually. I don't know if fire magic's going to work. I'll try. 17 damage. Yeah, they hit hard. Ooh. Ooh. I escaped. Alright, so those are probably the most dangerous enemy that are going to be in this dungeon. If there's one reason we can't clear the dungeon, it'll be the Demon Knights. They're the ones that used to be pitch black. I think. I found one more treasure chest. Some gold. No, what I was talking about for difficult maze dungeons, I was thinking of, I don't know how many of you guys have played, for the Sega Genesis, the Phantasy Star game, the very first one specifically, had I'm pretty sure it was Phantasy Star 1, not 2. It was 1 or 2, but I think it was 1. Right at the end of that game, it had this huge final dungeon that had a random... Oh, I shouldn't even be trying to fight these things. Yeah, I don't think I can actually take those guys. It had a huge final dungeon that had random teleporters in it. So you couldn't even map it out. Like, it was just so bad. Imagine a giant dungeon with teleporters. Teleporters are bad enough. And then make them randomized, or something like that anyway. Whatever it was. I think it was somewhat random. Master System. I just call it Sega Genesis, because they were all on the Genesis out here. Why? Why? I just automatically attack them for no reason. Just leave them alone. Basically, the actual console of the Master System, I don't know if I ever even saw one. So basically everything ended up ported onto the Genesis or released onto the Genesis, and that's the game. That's the console that we actually had as kids that people knew about. I guess I might have to go through the blue room. Ooh, sleep spell. Phantasy Star is an interesting series. Well, those guys give you a lot of money. It's not a bad series of RPGs. For an early console, like an early era JRPG, it's pretty good. It's just, the very first game had a really punishing final dungeon. The Phantasy Star 4 is actually very highly regarded. Like, if you want an old school game kind of like this, Phantasy Star 4 is a really good choice, actually. I think it's up from here. Is this the right way? This led me to another door. Okay, this bottom floor is really scary, though. I don't know if I'm strong enough to fight these either. Stop spell doesn't matter too much. Wolf mammal, what a great translation. I think they were wolf lords in originally. Now they're wolf mammals. Why would you call it a wolf mammal? Oh, that's not a door. That's something else. Alright, never mind. I have a feeling I'm not really strong enough for this floor in the dungeon, though. Like, I can kill some things down here, but... this is pushing my luck a little bit. Beware of wolf mammal. I don't know why the fan translation wouldn't just use the original game's names. They've got the names of all these things on the NES game. Why would they rename them something totally random? But yeah, I generally don't mind fighting Wolf Lords because they waste so much time on stop spell, and by the time they get you with it, they're already dead. Oh, this was just... oh, I already went this way. I've totally looped! I've gone around in a circle. Right, these are the guys I'm not fighting. Luckily, they let us escape pretty reliably, so that's nice. So, Droon Lords I don't think are too scary. Or Drool Lords, or whatever they were. They were Droll Lords? Something like that. I need to save some MP for healing, though, now. The stuff on this... ooh, there. Okay, yeah, that's time to use this Radiant spell again. I don't actually have the outside spell, so I'm kind of stuck. Usually there's an escape spell to get you out of these areas, but I guess I haven't learned it. I don't know what level it's at, but I thought I'd learn it by now. My only way out of here is to get a level up and learn outside. I should have just looked up a map, because I'm pretty lost. Gotta say. I think I went up last time, I didn't go right. I don't know, this feels like... Well, at least if I go up a floor, I know I'm in the safer zone. But I know there's one more chest room somewhere that I haven't figured out how to get to. We've gotten 4 treasure chests out of here. I believe there are 5 in total in this dungeon, and I'm just missing the last one. This takes us back down. Ah, but now we're on the inside section of the bottom floor. This is probably it. Somewhere in here, anyway. Wrong side. Alright, we'll fight another wolf mammal. I might die. Come on, wolf mammal, you're supposed to be casting stop spell. Silly wolf mammal. Ah. Well, look, if we die, we probably lose half our gold, but we keep our experience. I should probably just be running from most of the stuff on this floor. Alright, even further down into the depths. This might be it. Just no more random encounters. He didn't see me! Flee! Alright. Look at that! You got a silver harp! I'm not going to use it right now, but I will use it before I lose it. Oh, they actually don't let me talk to the grave of Garen. Alright, well, we made it to the bottoms. That's what counts. He can't take that away from me now, I don't think. Whether or not I can escape this dungeon now without dying is a bit of a question. I'm pretty sure traditionally I would have waited till I had the outside spell before I came down here, which would have been more efficient time-wise. If I could just get a level up and learn the spell right now, that would be the best. I can't fight these guys. Sorry. They're too tough. I should be able to kill a couple of these guys. Come on, wake up. Oh man, that was bad luck. Last battle before we get out of here, probably. Yeah. Would not be surprised. Alright, get off of this floor. It's killing me. We're back on the safety floor. I should be okay now, because I don't think I have to go back down to the whatever layer that was with the really dangerous stuff. If I can just remember how to get out now, it's relatively easy going. Yeah, normal skeleton's not going to slow us down much. It was his boss skeletons that were really kicking my butt. Ah, there's the staircase up. Went the wrong way. The wizards could still cast Fireball, yeah. Hey! Maybe this is the level. Level 11. Strength, Agility, Vitality, HP, MP. Actually, that was a really good level up. I might not have learned a new spell, but I got a lot stronger. Okay, the wolves still hit fairly hard, unfortunately. Well, now that I know I'm not going to learn outside, I guess I could use a little bit more healing magic. I think outside costs like 8 MP or so. That's why I was trying to save it, but... Alright, now we go right past the door, and then we're free, basically. Look at this! Dungeon diving, playing Dragon Quest the way it was supposed to be played, without a map and cheaty spells that teleport you around. Just getting lost all the time. So I wouldn't recommend coming here any lower than level 10, that's for sure. We pulled it off, but if I hadn't mostly known the right direction, I think we would not have had enough healing items to survive. And it's still fairly close. Alright, where's the way out? Somewhere over here. Oh. Freedom! We survived, everybody! To the inn. Well, that was a good dungeon. I like that. Still, like, you know, we're still playing, like, the easy mode version of the game. But it was still challenging enough that there was some risk of death there. I haven't spent a ton of time grinding, and we had a good battle. A good dungeon. Yeah, we can show off that harp now, for sure. So, this is maybe a lesser-known thing, although they basically tell you about it in-game. But this is basically a sort of secret. If you play the silver harp, although it takes a little bit of time, you should immediately get a random encounter. It's not terribly useful, but it's kind of a neat little thing. The truth is, you generally don't hold on to the silver harp for very long, so once you get rid of it, you can never do that again. So, that's kind of the downside, is you can only do it while you're holding on to it, and you're not going to want to keep it, because you have to turn it in to get to the final dungeon, so not a whole lot of choice. So what else have I got for targets right now? We see, we've got the best weapon we can buy for the moment, the best shield. I could try to save up for the magic armor. I have to go up. Before we go back down to Rimeldar area, we're definitely going to go up to the baths, and, well, we're going to turn in the silver harp, and then we're going to pick up that other item. We haven't gone back to, I forget the name of the place, but, you know, the hot spring area, since we got magic keys. So I want to take my magic keys up there and see if there's anything interesting. Right, down first, then over. This is probably where I should have some holy water or the repel spell, because these guys are kind of a waste of my time now. I feel like you may have learned spells at a lower level in the NES version. I'm pretty sure that by level 16 you learned all your spells. And we're still missing heal more, hurt more, repel, and outside, and return? Yeah, there's outside, return, so get out of caves, also return to Tantegel. There's heal more, there's repel, so there's 4 more sort of healing spells. And we're also missing hurt more. Did I learn stop spell yet? Yeah, we're missing 2 battle magic and 4 field magic. Maybe we're just going to start learning 1 per level, but I'm pretty sure you normally learn them all by level 16, if I remember correctly. Or maybe no. No, I think it was 16. 16 is either heal more or all the spells. I forget. You can't really beat the game without heal more, so you generally have to grind up to at least whatever level that is. Okay, so while we're here, let's see. Do I have anything to sell? Not really. So if you remember, there was some guy that told us to check beneath the baths, 4 steps. That was the guy in Rimeldar. Maybe it's right here. You found the fairy flute. So we don't really need that at this moment in time, but we might as well pick it up while we're here. And I guess, no, there is a locked door down here. So there's still a reason to bring a key. We can go talk to this old man, see what he has to say. Probably waste one of my last couple keys. Ho ho ho, youngster. So you found the shop that sells magic keys. Then you were on Rimeldar, and must have heard about the fairy flute from my son. Have you obtained the flute? Why, yes. Then you should try performing in the town of Melkido, which is really supposed to be called Cantlin. Anyway, thanks for telling me, old man. Alright. Well, that was not terribly exciting, but at least we got another key quest done. And if you recall, there was an old man over here that also wanted to talk to us. So after this, I figure I sort of have 2 possible choices. I could go to the next cave, which is I've called the Mountain Cave, it's the cave that's west of Tantagel, which is probably similar in difficulty to to Garen's Grave, although I'm not 100% sure. Or we can head back to Remoldar and try to grind up enough gold for the magic armor. So I kind of got two choices. Wow! You obtained the Silver Harp! Now open the treasure! Da-da-da-da! You got the second magic legendary item! Rain Cloud. It's the Rain Staff. The Rain Bow. I've waited a long time for arrival of someone such as you. The thought of the world covered in darkness grows uncontrollably in the hearts and minds of the people. Only you can stop that now. Go, Blue. Go to the place where the sun and rain join. Well, we're not quite there yet. Remember, we still need... There's 3 items we need. We got a Stones of Sunlight and a Rainbow Staff, or a Rain Cloud Staff, whatever they called it. There is one more item. Now, we could actually find the old man that will give it to us, but he won't actually give it to us yet. So I think because I'm kind of on the east side of the map already, and the cave that I was talking about is on the west side, I guess I'll check out the East Remoldar area first. Although, you know, there was that story about the princess that went missing. I went the wrong way a little bit. I wonder if we're strong enough to save the princess. What do you guys think? It's probably a death sentence. I think we give it a shot. I think we got a chance. Let's go find that beautiful woman that might be in the cave. It's a short quest, assuming we can survive it. It's not a particularly large dungeon to explore. Oh yeah, the 8-bit consoles and the memory, like, these things all were like 64 kilobytes of total memory and everything. Like, they did not have a lot of room to mess around with when they programmed these things. Oh look! Is that a princess? So you did need a magic key, but more importantly, you need to be strong enough to fight a dragon. Which, I don't know if I'm strong enough to fight the dragon yet. We'll heal up. Alright, let's see what happens. Wish me luck, everybody. I should have saved it, because I might lose my money here. It's a green dragon! Let's see how much damage we can do. He does 12 damage with his breath. We do 10 damage. Oh, I think we got this in the bag, if that's all he does. Well, he did 16 with a physical. Suddenly, his fireball did 50% more than it had ever done before, so we died. Friggin' dragons. You've died in battle! I'm not a harsh person, so I'll give you a second chance, but I'm taking half your money. Well, I was thinking it was going to be as simple as heal, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, but then suddenly he did, like, twice as much damage as I was expecting. Alright. You missed me dying terribly. Sure, we'll save it. I've never saved it. Just save it. Ah, shucks. Alright, well, I guess we'll head back to Remoldar and try to get a couple level ups. Yeah, we're only 13 minutes into... No, we're almost 30 minutes in the episode. Well, for episode 4, we'll try to get back to Remoldar quickly. We'll speed it up. So, the bad thing there is I did have a fair bit of money. So I just lost about 1,700 gold. Which is like half of a magic armor, which sucks. So I probably should have thought of that before I went to fight the dragon. But I didn't. I actually thought we had a good chance, but he just hit me a little bit too hard. He kept doing like 10 to 12 damage, so I thought, oh sure, I'll be fine until I go under 20. And then he hit me for 17. I'm like, oh crap. Then I got to heal. And then he hit me for like 19 again. And I was like, well, Should have stayed above 20 then, not below. So yeah, these guys, these kind of fights, no big deal. Trying to remember the route to the stairs without using my torch or anything. There we go. All the way down and then left. There we go. Didn't have to use the torch. Alright, let's go kill some wolves. Do I have the heal more? No. We're only level 11. We don't have anything cool like the heal more spell. We're gonna go try to fight some monsters down south of Rimeldor and see if we've got a chance. I expect wolves and stuff will be fairly easy. I'm not sure how smoothly it will go against goldmen and chimeras, though. Actually, wizards and stuff, not bad. This is the area I want to fight in, basically, right here. Alright, chimeras. Let's see what our odds are. 16, 13. 14, 16. We do about the same damage to each other, but I have more HP. But there you go, 64 experience. That's the most experience we've had from a single fight so far. But they're pretty tough. Chimeras are definitely, when you're able to kill them, you're definitely into the mid game at this point. I'm actually strong enough to mostly break through the Iron Scorpion's defense, which is nice, so I don't have to waste magic on them. What I would like to see down here is a couple gold men to make back all the money I just lost. But I think I need a level up or two and start buying some better armor. Unfortunately, the armor I want to buy is over, I think it's 7,000 gold or 7,500 gold. Oh yeah, I was supposed to end the episode, wasn't I? We'll go a little bit longer than 30 minutes, just while we're doing this for a second. Hey, it's wolf mammals! Everyone's favorite. $7,700 gold. Well, come on, this is the remake. We can get a discount on they should give us a discount on the magic armor. Alright, well, seeing as this was recommended long ago, I'll try Sleep on the Gold Man. It didn't work. Whoever advised me that, thanks, chat. That's what I thought. Wasted my time. They have a lot of HP, but not a ton of defense. Less defense than a wyvern anyway, but more HP considerably. So we can win. 650 gold, that's what I'm talking about. Just don't die and we'll be fine. 3,000 gold. Look, we made it back. The bamboo pole. Yeah, that's the weapon that no one ever buys. You might as well just buy a club over a pole. Ooh, terrific move. Looks like we might not get chimeras here and on this latitude or whatever, which is nice. Because chimeras are still pretty dangerous. And I'm only here for money, really. It's all good, David. Don't worry about it. I just joke because I get advice. And maybe it does work like 90% of the time. But I have that live streamer luck, let's player luck, that it just fails on camera every time. That's 3 times the normal amount of gold. Yeah, they usually drop, what, 250 or something? Or 200-ish, I guess? So I think typically the remake does give you about 3 times the gold. So it's a lot quicker to grind up than the old days. Which I appreciate, because this is still a fair bit of grinding. And at least it's a third. I could actually see affording this magic armor in this episode if I'm a little bit lucky with Goldman. If I go south, I'd fight more chimeras, more experience. but I don't think it's worth the time. I'd rather fight relatively easy enemies between the goldmen. Unless there's more goldmen on the island to the south. That's possible. Because skeletons are kind of a waste of time. They're not giving me that much experience. Oh, there we go. I will try sleep one more time. It didn't work. 0 for 2. 0 for 2. Oh, man. Live stream advice. By working every time for yourself, did you mean actually never working? I jest. It's all good. Alright, 6 experience, 650 gold. I'm still happy. 430. 43, not bad. Alright, so... what are we looking at? We're looking at 77, so I need 3,400 more gold. I'm still quite a long ways out. I could buy the steel armor, or the full plate, whatever they're calling it. And I would take less damage while I'm grinding. But it would sort of set me back a fair bit of money in the hunt for the magic armor. Also, I don't think there's any way that I could reasonably live through getting the Erdrick's armor. So I think I need to buy better armor before I try to find Erdrick's armor. Which is way better. I can't see us winning the fight that gets it to us. Live stream luck, yeah. Alright, we got a lot of strength and speed. No HP today. We got the outside spell. There you go. Go to Garen's grave after you're level 12. Things will go a lot easier for you. Well, at least we got some strength, so we're going to hit a little bit harder now. So we might be able to kill the gold man in, like, slightly less turns. We might save we might have shaved a turn off with that extra little bit of strength. We're gonna have to go back and go to the inn pretty soon, though. And I guess... yeah, I can't... we're already at over 35 minutes for the episode, so I probably need to call that an episode. I was hoping I'd be able to get this armor, but it's gonna take too long, I think. Tell you what. For the YouTube video, the actual episode, what I'll do is... I'll end the episode here, and I will do the rest of the grinding between episodes. So the live stream people get the bonus content because they showed up in person to watch it live. And then you guys that are watching it late because you didn't show up, you get to miss out on 10 minutes of grinding. Such horrible luck. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time for the next episode.